Okay, this is the End of the Earth. Check the description for some timestamps and additional notes and stuff. I'm sure I'll have something that I forget to talk about. One of the first things in here was so not that. So not that. Origin of the Banishers. This is a collectible. I was playing a game where square was like the pickup interaction button, so I just did that. Drives me insane. The Origin of the Banishers. Seeker's Message. If you read this, you have enough brain to know your alphabet. You've not resisted going through what I left behind. You may take whatever you deem useful since my mistress wants you to live. And let me see. Okay, it doesn't work yet.
I don't know what this is, but I'm staying away from it.
Now, this is the last chapter that I've actually pre-played.
Where am I?
I'm pretty confident this is a fast travel marker, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So don't take my word for it. I'm pretty sure it is. But it just doesn't work yet. It does not work quite yet. We will learn about it later in this chapter, though. And I currently don't know what that is, even after finishing this quest. I'm assuming I'll find out later. If I do, it'll be in the description, because I'll add it later if I do find out what that is. But right now you can't reach it. Or at least I didn't know how. So you don't have a free jump, so you can't get over there. If I do figure it out, I'll put it like a link to like a video or something. I figure it out.
Damn it. What am I doing here?
And this is the current map and where we're sort of vaguely heading. And we started down here. So then the map is also like a good way to sort of see stuff like this. They can be like, hey, check over here for some loot. And figure out how to get up there. Which I don't think we can yet. Because I didn't last time. I think we probably come down from the top. again, we don't have free jump. So we'll keep an eye out on the right, because I didn't see anything before. But I get the distinct impression that there's backtracking in fast travel. There's a spot later on near the end of this quest where they specifically tell you you are not powerful enough to do this, so you'll have to come back. So we'll probably be able to get some of this other stuff there. So if you can't get certain things, don't worry too much about it, because we'll probably come back.
God, fella, now's not the time.
Threat indicator. So red is an incoming attack, orange is an incoming projectile, and green is an incoming possession.
Away with... Come on, you mongrels! What in the hell am I doing?
Let me check this, because there should be like an auto lock. There's a lock on, so I'm wondering, see, auto relock. Switch targets. This is on, but I feel like... It doesn't feel like it's necessarily on. And we will learn about skill points a little later on. You can't do anything with it right now.
Am I the last bloody living soul here?
Okay, we're gonna cross the stream after we finish the...
Away with you!
See, it's not auto-locking. On to the next one. Sound that part's okay. Stop it! Oh, I hit the wrong button.
What is happening? What? Antea?
Lilac. Alright, we're gonna go up there eventually, but first we're gonna go across. So this area. Oh, a little more loot. resources mainly. Not so much loot as resources.
Oh, there! This isn't happening. This can't be happening. Antea? Call me to you!
Where am I?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry! I'm here! Lead me to you!
Mystical caves.
Spectres. Here. Antea, are you there? Right here. My love. Right here. It's you. No!
I have you.
You have me.
Mom.
No, don't go.
I'm here. Follow me.
Where are you going?
Over here. I have you.
I'm right here. Where are you? Where have you gone? Antea!
So here's another one of those markers, like in the front. That's this.
You seem weak. You need rest.
I feel hollow. Do not be troubled.
How could I not be? lost you and found you like this. And you're hungry.
That's one way to say it. Yes.
What can I do?
Charles's Bible. The tie that bound his ghost. Some essence remains upon it. For now, it will do me. I needed this. I feel better.
Look at you. At us.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back. Truly.
The living should not truck with the dead. I've known that since childhood. I learned the hard way.
You never told me this. What happened?
It was a lifetime ago. For now, it doesn't matter.
Are you still hungry? And how are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
Awful.
And with a few more words?
Angry, frustrated, useless. We should talk about what happened. After the meeting house, I mean.
What do you remember? And I fell into the sea.
After the nightmare killed you, she held me a moment longer. She mocked me. And she let me fall. I waited for the rocks to claim me, but instead I hit the sea. Part of me wished to embrace it.
I think I felt you at this point. I remember the despair in your voice.
I called to you for a long time. Struggled in the waves till the tide brought me ashore. I woke up in a cave. Been rescued by a young woman named Seeker. A witch's apprentice. She was proud to tell me that. Her mistress had sent her to take care of me.
Witches rarely show themselves. Intriguing that one would help us.
You should go back to New Edentown? We should run away. I want to know what this is. We should run away. Because the first
We
time
should run
through,
away
I
from all this.
chose we should go back to New
I
Eden.
sense the nightmare's presence near my body. I won't be free till we've reclaimed it. I refuse to be this way. I'll not abide it.
I'm so sorry, my love. How can I help?
I'm a ghost. You're a banisher.
I'll not banish you. I cannot, Antea. So you die. You can't ask that of me.
If that's what I wanted, you'd have no choice.
But you don't wish it, do you?
Not before I've had my revenge. Not before I've seen the nightmare defeated. By you and me both.
I could bring you back. Could I give you your assent?
Could I give you your assent?
That would be the simplest solution, but not the easiest.
Why?
My body is my tie, and the nightmare still holds it.
In the meeting house, but before she let me fall, I swear she dared me to come back.
She's as devious as she is powerful. She won't just hand it over.
Could I bring you back?
In the schoolhouse, he joked about bringing me back to life. Is that possible?
Yes. The ritual of lesser palingenesis. It's extremely difficult. Highly dangerous.
I could try, right? You'd teach me, and I'd bring you back.
Red. It's an ancient ritual. It requires power. It consumes essence in large quantities. We're talking about human sacrifice. Murder.
Just maybe we could consider it. I mean, if there's the slightest chance I could bring you back, I'd take it.
It's a dark ritual, Red. It's tempting, and that's dangerous. To think of being back in your arms. I'm tempted too.
Then what shall we do?
If we are to return to New Eden Town, we must first learn more about our enemy.
Charles said nightmares don't appear without good reason.
Yes, we have a mystery to solve, witches to meet, people to find, and questions to ask. And then you'll help me go, one way or another.
I will. I swear it, Mother.
Rest. You need it. I'll stay close.
Okay, so now we have the chance to spend our skill points that we've gotten. This is the Unveil is the first thing you sort of get by default. In combat, Antea can deal increased damage to possessed corpses. So this is often that I've seen so far, at least in the early chapters, and this might change later because I haven't gotten there yet. Sometimes the wolves are often possessed. When you kill a wolf, it'll turn into a ghost after you kill the wolf. So you might want to fight the wolf things as Antea, because she can do higher damage. And then there's Tag Team, which is the fourth time you hit an enemy with a light attack, it'll trigger an auto punch from Antea that is able to ignore resistance. Maximum decoction charges is increased by 1, and while not unlocked quite yet, banish point gains are increased by 20%, but banish damage is reduced by 20%. Charged heavy attacks trigger an area of effect. And then over here, we have Invigorate, where banishing an enemy increases the damage of the next heavy attack by 200%. And each enemy hit by a light attack increases the damage of light attacks by 10% until you get hit. And then switch to Antea right after a front dodge to trigger a melee attack that ignores resistance. And that costs 15 spirit points, and we'll see what spirit points are in a little bit. Damage dealt by all perfect switch attacks is increased by 20%. And then damage dealt by red is increased up to 15% the higher the health points gauge. And I honestly don't know what that sentence means. But we're going to go with Unrelenting because that's a cumulative attack. And then I think I went with the fourth light attack triggers a punch that ignores resistance. So we're going to take those two. And once you take one, it'll open anything else that it's connected to. So that's what we have to start with. Okay, so this is our first technical shelter, and this is why I thought the pole outside the cave on the beach was a fast travel spot, because it also had a fireplace inside or a campfire inside. But it's why I think it's a shelter. Shelter allows you to upgrade your equipment via the inventory menu. It's the only place you can upgrade your inventory, but you can rest. Everything you can do at a shelter is right here. So you can rest to make time go forward. Decoction charges will replenish, and the crafting resources that you picked along the way will replenish as well. They'll respawn, so it might be like a cheating way of farming stuff if you're near something that you want. However, it's like if you do rest, however, then the enemies will also respawn. And so then evolution, these are your skills. If you click on evolution, this is where we just were with Unveil and all your little side options that you can choose. And then fast travel between accessible shelters that you've discovered. Traveling causes a time lapse after which enemies respawn, but again, decoction and resources are replenished. So And it's saying that I have not yet found another shelter, even though that pole is the same. I swear it's probably. Anyway, and then we have inventory. So we have 4 upgrades available. And this is currently what he is wearing. Upgrade your equipment, improves bonuses, but requires resources, which is why it's like really important to loot like all the plants and stuff, because that's where this comes from. This is what you're going to use all that stuff for. So fighting and getting Spectre dust and all that stuff, all that's used here. So you can access the upgrade menu by hovering over an equipment slot and pressing square. So right now we can do outfit. These are his weapons. This isn't open yet. Rifle's not open yet. These are your health kits. And then not open, but Bane's ring. But we're going to get an amulet later on in this chapter. It is optional and missable, so I'll put a link to the description in that, but we'll get it before the end of the chapter. But we won't be able to upgrade it because we won't come to another shelter in this quest. So, but anything with an arrow shows something that can be upgraded, and luckily we can actually upgrade one of everything. So here's our outfit. Red's clothing and Wanderer gear. Now I don't know where Wanderer gear came from because I didn't have that in my previous walkthrough or my previous playthrough learning this, so I didn't see that. But you can wear whichever one you want. Now this is already upgraded to common. You see Wanderer gear outfit common in the top left. His Red's clothes is rudimentary. So if we go in here and press square, we can upgrade this with these resources. It's already on rudimentary. This is common. This is enhanced, and what it requires to upgrade that. See, we clearly have no scourge accretion, so we don't know what, no, I can't do that. Rare, remarkable, pristine, and relic. And everything that's upgradable has these same steps, upgrade levels, but each one has different resources that you need in order to be able to do it. But we can upgrade from rudimentary to common, so we're gonna do that. And so then we'll back out, and now it's the same. His red clothing and the Wanderer gear have the same stats, so you can just choose what you want him to look like. What you want this little cutie to look like. Okay, so then the weapons. Let me go back. Now I'm not sure if these were hers or where they came from, but I had these last time. They're also, this one's also already been upgraded to common, so you can pick whichever one you like. And then we'll upgrade that. But see, it's the same sort of enhanced, rare, remarkable, pristine, and relic. And so for this one, we need spectral dust. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade this to common. And then once we have a scourge accretion, then we can upgrade it to enhanced. But now that one's higher. Now they're the same. Sorry, my bad. Now they're the same because they're both upgraded to the common level. So then the decoction. So this just upgrades how useful it is and how much it refills your health recovery and spirit recovery and stuff like that. So we'll upgrade that. And then this one we need translucent fiber, which I haven't even found yet, so I don't even know what that is. Acquired resources. But this is the same sort of thing. And then the Bane ring, which has banish damage. So when you use banish in combat, like on PlayStation it's the X, this is how much damage it inflicts. And so we're going to upgrade that with Lilac Hyacinth. And that's going to go from 180 to 200 damage. So we definitely need Scourge Accretions, because I need to figure out what those are. It's a gem from which emanates a fearful dark aura, because that's clearly needed to upgrade quite a few things now. So that is upgrading, and this is now available in the windows. If I can get in while she's talking. So now your inventory, you have to switch with L2, R2 to get to the quest items and collectibles and resources and stuff. Or you can see your equipment and stuff like that. So that is upgrading in the first shelter and how you do it and stuff like that. Alright, so let's move on. So now this is the way we came in, but because we rested at a shelter, this stuff is respawned. So I'm gonna totally just snag it. See, this is what I think indicates a shelter. But I don't know why it's not tagging the first one that we started off with on the beach, because it had that, pardon me, that same pole. So we'll see. So we've got monies, resources.
On to New Eden, whichever way it lies.
We'll need provisions. Going for the basics.
We'll manage. Together. What the hell happened here?
Well, if you're gonna play with salt circles, you better get them right, lad.
Okay, so we're going to inspect this. This is a demonologist note. This is not a collectible, but it's considered, I think, a quest item. That's what I want to say it is. Yeah, it's a quest item.
I see no bodies.
So now in inventory, now we have it added to the quest items section, not the collectibles section.
Maybe the wolves took him.
Can you not see the symbols on the wall?
No.
Take my hand. I want to try something.
So this is where we learn how to switch back and forth between Red and Antea and back again, and what she can do.
Oh. Is that possible through our bane rings?
They allow us to connect the invisible and the incarnate. Through this bond, what I see I bestow on you.
Are those webs made of spectral stains?
Let me.
All these years, the things we must have missed.
So now we got the key to
dead
the
hide
occultist
more from the
equipment,
living
and this
than
is
we
what's going to
thought.
open the
This is
treasure
going to be
chest later
helpful.
on. That'll give us our first amulet. So now, what I've gotten in the habit of doing is whenever I enter like a new area, I just switch over to Antea, just for like a quick glance for like loot
just
and
me, or-
resources. Because when
I
your
felt it
arm
too.
flashes green, that's when the game's telling you something's there, but you can always look for other stuff as well. And her main combat attack is like, so far in the beginning, is a punch. I don't know if it changes because it's like the last quest I've currently done, so I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna switch to her because these things, she does more damage to things that are possessed, and these things that I swear to God, they
We can
look a
fight
little
them
like
together.
cows because of the coloring, even though they're so not, are possessed. So Antea in combat, press R1 to perform a punch attack that deals more damage to possessed corpses, which is why I'm using her to fight them instead of Red. So attacking with Antea consumes spirit points, but they are regenerated by Red's attack. So her line is the blue line.
We did it.
We did. Thank you.
I wasn't much use.
You were. I promise. You get better. Things will get better.
So we'll switch between them, just make sure I'm not missing anything. And I tried jumping over there. Oh, this is where we found her. That's the waterfall that we found her under, and then we went that way. And so this was the pyrite you could see when you were first coming over here. So this is where we are. So at the fork in the road, we're going to go right.
I'm right here, you know.
Okay, so we'll use her for this. And this is Demonologist note number 2.
They always end up mucking around with black magic. Always.
Okay, did I get everything? Okay, I'll go ahead and climb this. And so here's the chest that was going to hold our first amulet. And it's going to use the key to the occultist equipment that we got when we first learned how to switch characters. So here's our... So we can look at it and we can see what's needed to upgrade it, but we can only upgrade it at a shelter. But we'll be able to add that as soon as we get to another shelter. Here's our skills, chronicles, haunting classes, and map. So it says we got it, and this is where we're headed to. Okay, I jump down. And so now this was the fork in the road right here, the fork in the path, and so now we're going to go left. So we've caught up to where we were before.
Watch out! That spectre. It's heading for that corpse. Did we miss a few?
Possess and interruption. Specters may attempt to possess corpses. You can interrupt a possession by attacking the specter before it reaches the corpse.
Spectre heading for that corpse.
Unlock. Unlock.
Standing by.
The whole region's crawling with spectres. It's not just New Edentown. What happened here for the veil to be so thin?
War, invasion, or colonization of a land that's vulnerable to haunting.
Her popping in and out can be a little distracting, I have to say.
I like a bit of rabbit, but these are off.
That'll be why the wolves haven't eaten them.
Yeah.
Hunting gear. Perhaps our trappers are nearby.
You took yourself up there very fast.
That might take some getting used to, for both of us.
So we can actually get up here. Which is nice, because we looted.
Antea, will people be able to tell I'm haunted?
Perhaps, if they had talent or training.
What if someone sees you?
Unlikely. If they had talent or training, they wouldn't have needed us Banishers.
I wonder what happened to the trappers around here.
The woods are swarmed with spectres. Hopefully, they left.
So, Blaming the Living. This is a second collectible for this quest. Never trust a Banisher. So now at this point we should have 4. Blaming the Living, the origin of Banishers, Banishers techniques, and where do nightmares come from? Before we climb up, let's double check.
These witches you mentioned must know something about the nightmare.
Aye, but can we trust them?
Witches only involve themselves with people if they absolutely have to. Yours must have good reason.
Lilac hyacinth.
I think I see a crossing. Over there.
Signs of civilization. Lucky me. Nice place. Wolves and spectres aside.
Don't you have wolves and spectres in the Highlands?
Aye, but ours have the courtesy of letting me catch my breath between fights.
Okay, so this is the place I mentioned earlier, which is why I think we can safely be okay if like we miss anything, because it's telling us that we don't have the required manifestation to unlock this path for now, which tells me we should be able to come back here pretty easily at a later date. So anything you miss, you can always come back and get later.
Bad news. The bridge is out.
And we'll find another road to New Eden.
Strange.
It'll give it
I
back
see
to me.
stains, but not the usual kind. There's a pattern to them. Don't you see it? It calls to me.
I've strong ankles, but at this height, I'm gonna make it.
Over here. You can climb down.
And up and down we go.
Those stains. I could have grasped at them had I been stronger. It's hard to think clearly. The hunger is back and it's growing fast.
Already? Right, let's find something to sustain you.